Hello. This year it will have been 5 years, if you can believe it. 5 years since Season 3 released in June of this year. And after that game was finished, this engine feels weird. I did not really think I would make any more fan games because, well, for one, I was pretty burned out, and secondly, I really just wanted to do other things with my life, and that's also what I did for about a year after that. But then, like in March of 2020, the fucking pandemic started, and this and that, and I was stuck in my home, and at that point, like, I started thinking about beginning a new, probably smaller game making project. But I didn't for a good while, and it wasn't until Wolfie was streaming CN2, and he was having some, well, besides the input delay that game has, I guess it's Nicapel engine plus GameMaker 8, I don't know. And he also like had trouble like hitting a direction key and jump at the same time. So I told him, okay, well, we'll port the game to Studio for you, and then you can play it in a tolerable engine. So we started doing that. It was me and Geezer, and shortly after also ZerG, who's been a part of every Crimson Needle game up to this point. And yeah, that was the start of Crimson Needle 2.5. And that was over 3 years ago now that we started that. So it's been like probably by far the longest that I've sort of had an unfinished game. And yeah, I'm making this video to give you a little update. And I thought I'd do that because we're probably not gonna have a trailer. Oh, well, we're definitely not gonna have a trailer at the Fangame Awards this year. So last year we did, and in that trailer it did say that the game was gonna release in 2023. But to be honest, like when we put that in the trailer, I think it was mostly me insisting on that being in there. We didn't really. I mean, we thought maybe it could be done, but it's not like we were confident in that. But I kind of just figured there's no harm in putting a date, anyways. But yeah, it didn't happen. This year, now I'm feeling confident. I don't want to sound overly confident, but I think it will release this year. And I think hopefully it will release in the first half of the year. But yeah, it's hard to say, and especially when you're near the end of development on a big project, you're always gonna underestimate, and like often like vastly underestimate how much work there's left, because yeah, the final bit of work is what takes the longest. But yeah, I think it will release this year. And like with regards to trailers and stuff, it's like part of me wants to make a trailer. It's kind of a dilemma that I'm facing, because on one hand I would really like for people to be excited about this game, and I want as many people as possible to play it. I figure it's probably understandable since we worked on this for a really long time. But on the other hand, I just don't want to reveal anything beforehand. And like even the trailer we had last year was kind of pushing it. Like I would have, like I felt like it was a necessity, but I also would have liked to show even less of the game. But yeah, that's where that's at. So yeah, and we'll for sure announce a release date at some point, when we know that it's basically finished. And this, unlike with CM3, like the last bit of development is hopefully not going to be very stressful this time. I want to give myself a lot of time to make sure it's like completely finished, and that I don't want to make like whole rooms of platforming on the day of release and stuff. You know. Yeah, that's my update. I hope people are excited about this game. I think it's a game you should be excited about. All right, goodbye.